So hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Terry. Hope you guys and gals are all doing fantastic out there. So look, I know I'm a few days late on this whole iPhone 16e trend, but to be honest here, y'all, I got bit by a raccoon the other night, this finger here, on some pretty strong antibiotics right now. So I was feeling kind of sick because of it, but now I'm back on my feet. We're doing good, doing better, fingers healing up, so it's all okay. At least I hope so. But I do have the strong urge to want to like rummage through trash cans, but that's a different video for a different day here, okay? So yeah, so Apple did announce the iPhone 16e, and a lot of people are sort of kind of, you know, it's kind of a controversial phone in my opinion here, okay? Because you got a lot of people on the spectrum out there where they're saying, well, if you're a tech enthusiast, it's obviously not for you. But then you had the people that are also saying, well, it's too expensive for what you're getting. And I'm in the camp of the former, to where it's like, if this phone doesn't meet your expectations, well, you're obviously not the target demographic for it, okay? So I've actually have been using Notion lately to actually put down notes and everything. I can see why a lot of tech YouTubers use it now, and I like it a lot. So let's go over some specs here, okay? It's going to have an aluminum body with a glass back instead of the titanium stuff like the more premium options are, you know, rolled out with now. It's going to have a 6.1-inch Super Retina OLED XDR display with the resolution of 2532 by 1170 with the 460 ppi or pixels per inch, and it's going to have a wide color gamut. It's going to cover a vast majority of the P3 color gamut, so that's really cool, or the color space I should say, excuse me. And what that means is that if you're somebody like me that does a lot of photography on their smartphone and they like to edit it in like Lightroom or something on device, you can just know that the colors you're seeing on that phone screen are actually accurate. So that's really cool. It's going to have a rating of IP68. It's going to have the new A18 SoC. As far as camera goes, the front camera is going to be the 12 megapixel true depth front camera. It's going to be able to do 4K up to 60 frames per second. As far as the rear camera goes, it's a 48 megapixel fusion camera that it's going to be what they're calling a 2-in-1 camera, where it's going to be a 48 megapixel sensor, but instead of having the telephoto lens, you'll be able to punch in on the sensor to do a, you know, a 2x crop in sensor for those longer distance shots. And that's actually really good because instead of taking the photo that you've already taken and blowing it up, being able to punch in on the sensor will allow you to retain that kind of detail for some good 12 megapixel shots. And then of course it can also do 4K up to 4K 60, slow motion at 1080p, 120 or 240. So if you're into slow motion, there you go. Storage is going to start at 128 gigs, which is pretty cool. Wireless charging is going to be limited to around 7.5 watts. And again, for all you photographers out there, if you are a big fan of the new photographic styles to where you can, you know, like non-destructively apply them and change them in real time to your photos on the higher end iPhone 16 models, unfortunately, the 16e is going to have the older style to where once you pick a photo style to apply to a photo, that's it. You can't go back and change it. And you know, yeah, this is great too here, folks, that of course it still does have the brand new USB-C, but it's going to be limited to USB 2 speeds. I can understand that, but hey, you know, it's whatever. But pretty cool thing here for Apple, as we all know, a few years or so ago, Apple actually bought the modem division of Intel. And in this brand new iPhone 16e, they actually put in their very first in-house design modem. It's called the Apple C1. And you know, it's going to have a bunch of capabilities for a modern day cell phone, but the one thing that it's actually lacking is its ultra wideband capability. So it's not going to be taken advantage of, again, ultra wideband or multi-millimeter wave 5G. So because of that, you might find yourself in some situations to where somebody that has a different phone that's not the iPhone 16e will have better cell phone coverage, potentially faster data speeds on their mobile network, and you know, maybe even faster data speeds on Wi-Fi as well. We'll have to wait and see, but hopefully it shouldn't be limited too much. At least I would hope not. But again though, folks, that the cool thing about this being Apple's first in-house modem is that this will be the worst version of it they will ever have. So it can only go up and up from here and just get better for them later on down the road in later iterations of this new chip. So at the end of the day here though, folks, who do I think this phone is for, right? Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, if you are the kind of person that is upset about the specs of this phone for the $600 price tag, then it's clearly not aimed at you. Who do I think it's for then? I think this new iPhone 16e is geared towards somebody like my aunt or uncle. You know, they're senior citizens. My aunt, she has an older model iPhone. I think it's an 11 or a 12 right now. And this way here, she'll be able to trade that phone in that she's owned outright now for years through her carrier. She can get either the new 16e for free or for a really sweet discount. And she'll have a much more modern iPhone, newer modern features, more security, new updates, all those good stuff and things that everybody appreciates on a new iPhone. You know what I mean? So I would not recommend that you pay full price for this phone, like I said, for the S25 series, especially the S25 Ultra. So if you have a phone that you can trade in to get a discount or potentially get it for free, I would say go right ahead if you're on an older iPhone and you don't need the, you know, the newer advanced features of the standard 16 line. You know what I mean? But let's say that you're somebody like myself and you really do value specs and overall capabilities. For around the same price of this 16e, you can pick up an iPhone 15 Pro on the used market, or maybe even directly from Apple, like, you know, their refurbished line or something, for around the same price, and you are getting an objectively better phone, especially whenever it comes to its camera capabilities. You know what I mean? Now, personally, I think this actually might be kind of a hard sell for Apple, because 9 times out of 10, if you already have an iPhone, you are not going to be getting this again unless you already have a much older iPhone and you don't need the newest, fanciest stuff. But I don't know though, folks. What do y'all think? Do me a favor, sound off down below, and I'll catch you guys and gals next time.